Sebastian, Chad, this is not the first time you guys have met. This is the second time actually you have a stand together, I believe. How did that happen?
Actually, we've done a couple different conferences. For over the last 3 years, we've actually been connecting in Vegas at WebConnections. And then another meeting and discussions on how we can kind of integrate and help each other out with our products and services. And we sponsored last year at WebConnections.
Yeah.
We have been also in Paris last year
At the day of .NET
Day of .NetNuke. And this year we're here in Hamburg. So
how do your services complement each other? What's the deal?
Sebastian is been a customer of Data Springs for quite some time. Uses a lot of our products. Data Springs has been around for a while, specifically in .NetNuke and moving into SharePoint as well. And we have a knowledge of good support, and we have a good reputation for our support. And ultimately, we are well known in the community of .NetNuke as a vendor you can trust, and we're going to be around and making popular components. So we started working together
on a specific project. Actually, by this time, I was looking for a partner, well-knowing, first on Snowcover, in order to support a new collection. So, make his job, make it well, and I make mine. So we create very good module with very adding value on mobile phone. And this guy supported, sell it as he already did for his own module. So it's a win-win partnership.
Yeah. And ultimately, what we have now, and we're just now introducing it, is the new product line, which are the bridges. And what the bridges do are really bridge the gap between a .NetNuke module and a iPhone, Android, BlackBerry, and soon to be Windows application. So these are real modules that are installed, and these are real iPhone, iPad applications. So what you ultimately have is you have .NetNuke modules controlling the back-end data source, and also you have a user-facing side, but ultimately the real advantage is the back-end, the administration is handled from .NetNuke in the same sort of way an administrator would log in and change the text in a text module. They log in and change the contact for someone, or they change their picture. As soon as they hit update, it's immediately synced, pushed, same data source as the iPhone, BlackBerry. So you can apply this to a million different situations where companies want to have their vendors in a directory for their staff to have out there, maybe emergency contacts, maybe a listing of association of members or community, maybe a .NetNuke community of members.
So it's cached locally on the device?
No, it's not cached at all on the device. It's the same data source that's pulling from the same thing that's pushing from .NetNuke is pushing to the same data source that this is pulling from.
So through web services.
Through web services. If you get even more technical, there's other ways of integrating with those web services to not even use these modules. You can use other components to the web services.
So it's actually a generic data web connector, if you like, web framework.
Almost an API.
Yeah.
Right.
So adding to that, I think the biggest advantage and the biggest advantage for solution providers and integrators is when you have a requirements of we want an iPhone app. Well, we have a directory of employees. Okay, well, what you can do now is you can have a branded application. So by default, there's free versions. You buy the module, but it's free versions of iPhone, Android, BlackBerry apps. But the real advantage is well, what if you want your own logo? What if you want your own name in the App Store? What if you want your own description, your own keywords? That's where the Pro version, and you can have all of that. And now you can be, Joe Bob's factory of, automotive parts, right. And you say go go look up Joe's Automotive in the App Store, and you'll find us. And you'll always have our catalog, or you'll always have our listings of products. And from there, you now have your own app for a very, very fraction of the cost, and you're reaching your customers more, and that's ultimately what it's all about. We can be as little or as much involved because of the way the licensing works and what's available as far as source code. So we can be not very involved if it's a small project and you buy the module and you use the free app. It's not branded with your logo and name, but you can. We don't have to be involved at all. You can go and purchase the module with Source, or the iPhone and Xcode with Source, and you could be hands-on with that code, modify it, and go out and publish it yourself. Or we can be very involved, where we say, can you please send us your logo? Can you please tell us what you want your app called? We will go and walk through the process of submitting it under your company name, and you don't have to know, you don't have to have any knowledge of how the App Store even works. So there's many value-added services which you can choose to use or not.
They can check it out at Datasprings site.
Yeah, datasprings.com.
And snow covered.
And snow covered. There's several of the bridges are already on snow covered.
Right.
So we're gonna have to run for now. There's a line of people trying to get these bridges right now. So we're gonna have to,